to share this information with you tonight about Beachbody coaching and about the opportunity that's basically changed my life for the way better ever since I became involved. So briefly about myself, my name is Amy Coppola. I am first and foremost a mom to Sebastian, who's 9 years old, and Angelina, who is 6. I have a background in accounting management, and I did that for 13 years prior to becoming a full-time Beachbody coach. And I also did that for the first year that I was a Beachbody coach, since I was just doing that on the side. But I'm in Miami, Florida, and I've been a Beachbody coach for just over 3 years now. And I had my children, and a friend of mine had her children around the same time. And I grew up in athletics, so I was always kind of skeptical of these things that you'd see on TV. And so when I asked her, when I kept seeing her, really transform her body and get her physical shape back and her energy back and keeping up with her kids. And I'm, on the opposite end of the spectrum, feeling, frumpy and just kind of, still like I'm holding on to the baby weight and drinking coffee and scatterbrained. And I asked her, what is it that you're doing? And she said, oh, I'm doing P90X. It's going great. I'm loving it. And I was skeptical. I was like, oh yeah, whatever, that P90X stuff. Because I'd seen it on TV, but I didn't really think that home fitness was something that was that effective, or that was something that I could do. So fast forward, she kept getting leaner and leaner, and I kept staying the same and just thinking a whole lot about going to the gym instead of actually making the time in the day with 2 small children to actually go to the gym. So finally, I gave it a try for myself. And once I completed, it was actually P90X2 that I started with. Once I completed that program and I saw the changes for myself, I felt the changes, and also just the sense of accomplishment and actually sticking to a 90-day program, from start to finish, really just inspired me and gave me that confidence. And I knew that this was really a legitimate program, that these were great home workouts that were very effective. So at that point is when I finally decided to give coaching a try. And that was in July of 2012 that I enrolled as a coach. And from that point on, it's just been an amazing, amazing journey. Without going too much into it, I'd like to also give you a little bit of background information about Beachbody. So Beachbody, the company, which is basically our sister company to Team Beachbody, is the company that created the original P90X, and they mass produced it, and they put it on the infomercials and got that out, along with a lot of other of the home fitness programs that, were some of the original ones. And everybody who did the program knew that it had, tremendous ability to help transform their health. And they had a lot of success with the retail level on that. But what they were seeing is that a lot of people were getting the program, starting them, or maybe not even starting them, putting them up on top of their TV and never completing them. So they knew that they were already having such phenomenal success with the amount of people that were completing it. And that was a small percentage, in comparison to the amount of people who are actually ordering it. So they set out on this mission because they really like to help people, stick to their goals and create a difference in their lives. So they set out and created Team Beachbody. And Team Beachbody is basically the network of coaches. And what we do is we use those same products that Beachbody created, but we are that extra special, secret agent that goes into the packaging of this program and to the success of this program. Because what we do is we actually work with the clients who order these programs, whether it be from the infomercials on TV or from us directly. But we work with them and we kind of motivate them. We check in with them. We answer any questions for them. And we're that little extra secret weapon that kind of helps a lot more people stick to their home fitness programs, creating that much more success for the programs, for the people who are trying to get their life back on track with their health and fitness, and for the company. So that's basically kind of where it came from. But I'm going to stick, I know you guys have busy Thursday night tonight and your time is valuable. So I'm going to stick to kind of some basic questions to answer the who, what, when, where, and whys of Beachbody coaching. So that way we can get you all the information without me going off on too many tangents. So who are Beachbody coaches? It can be men, it can be women, it can be grandmas, moms, dads, college kids, over 18, please. And we come from all different walks of life. So I said earlier, I was an accounting manager for 13 years. On our team, we have doctors, nurses, we have attorneys, we have stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, we have teachers, we have grandparents, you name it. And so basically, anybody can be a Beachbody coach. One thing that you must have is a desire to help others. If you don't care about helping others, and if you can be honest with yourself and say that's not really my cup of tea, then I will tell you right now that this isn't something that's going to work out well for you long term. Because the one thing that we all have in common is that we're excited to help other people. We're excited to help create a difference in other people's lives, a positive difference. So you don't have to be a personal trainer or a nutritionist or anything like that. If you are, that's great, and it's actually, a little helpful for you, but it's not a necessity. We basically get the programs and the nutrition and the exercises from Beachbody, and those are the tools that we deliver and work with our clients. So you're not creating your own exercise routines that you need to help people do, or your own, nutritional laws or anything like that. We are just using the tools provided from Beachbody, and we're being that extra cheerleader portion that, they can't fit inside of a box. So that kind of answers who we are. We can also, we don't have to stay in a particular territory. So it doesn't matter where you live as long as you're within North America. So that's United States and Canada, and also including Puerto Rico. And we do primarily most of our, well, you can do it in person, but we do a lot of stuff online too. So it's not like, since I'm in Miami, I have to stick to South Florida. Regardless of where you are, you can have clients across the United States and Canada, and you are welcome and encouraged to reach out and branch out all across the nation. So that's one of the really cool things. I know I mentioned earlier, you don't have to be a personal trainer and nutritionist, but if you are, it kind of gives you so much more opportunity to work with additional clients. You're not limited to just the amount of clients that you can, physically see in a day or geographically connect with. You're actually able to still maintain your clients, and if you're a group exercise instructor, you can still do your live classes, but you also have the opportunity to actually serve a larger scale of people, since we're connecting primarily online or by the phone, by email, text, that type of thing. So what do we do? Again, I've kind of touched on this already. We support people throughout their health and fitness transformations. And so you say, okay, great. Well, how do you do that? And what we do is we check in with people. So you can do this, again, by any of those methods of communication that I just mentioned. Or one of the things that we do often is something called a challenge group. And those are often set up through Facebook. This year we have an app that's in beta testing phases right now, but that'll be launched in the beginning of next year in 2016. And that will be our own platform for an actual group support app that we can put all of our clients in together. But right now what we do is we primarily use Facebook and create these accountability groups. So if you haven't been in one before already, or maybe you have, you might not know how it works. So very briefly, we create these challenge groups. So it's a private group on Facebook. No one is in the group. No one can see in the group except for the members that are added. And we check in there daily, whoever is doing our programs together, and you can make it program specific or just a time challenge if it's 30 days or 20 days, or if it's, again, a program like P90X and you're all doing the same program together. But we come in there, the coaches, us, we actually put tips in there. And those tips are something that corporate actually gives us. So again, you're not even having to create your own content. It's encouraged and definitely, it's a positive thing to add your own style, your own flair, any additional things that you come up with. But you also don't have to have that stress of, well, I don't know what to say. We actually have content that they give us that we post in the groups daily, tips, different videos from the trainers, nutrition ideas, recipes for Shakeology, all these types of different things. So what we do is basically support the clients who order products either through the infomercials or through our websites, and we support them throughout their journey. Once you get into coaching, you can also create your own teams. And what do I mean by that is you can also start enrolling coaches of your own, and they'll join your team. And just like I'm giving you this information now, you start, adding and growing a team of your own. So again, instead of just the number of people that you can help in one day, it all of a sudden becomes the number of people your team can help. So we're really able to do, what Beachbody set out to do, and that's to really help people live healthy and fulfilling lives. And what we're trying to do is really create a ripple effect in the health of our nation. I mean, if you watch the news at all, or even if you just look around while you're walking around in public, you notice, we have a severe crisis in our country right now. And so many of the top diseases that they're challenged with as a nation are, something that can be reduced by exercise or by, a better approach to nutrition. So our mission is to actually create this ripple effect where we see in statistics, throughout the time that here's where Beachbody came in, and this is where we actually started to see an improvement in the health of our country. And so, it sounds like, oh, that's such a broad, such a big, thing. Who thinks we can do that? Well, I do, and I know we can. We've already, helped over 1 million people. So why not continue on and continue growing our teams and just continue helping more and more people? So I'll get off my soapbox, but when do we work? This is entirely up to you. That's one of the amazing things about doing this. If depending on the level of success basically that you want to have as a coach, you can choose the amount of time that you put in. Basically, I like to kind of divide it up into 3 different categories. The first one being a hobby coach. You enjoy helping people here and there. You have fun with it. You like a little bit of additional income, and that's perfectly fine. If you're a hobby coach, you'll probably put a little less time in than if you're someone who comes in and really sees this for the business opportunity that it is and wants to create a full-time income and a full-time, position with coaching with Team Beachbody. So if that is your intention when you come in, or even if you come in as a hobby coach and then realize how much you enjoy it and want to shift into that direction, we obviously have recommendations for, trainings that you can do, and you'll be putting in a little bit more time. But the time of day that you do it is entirely up to you. You can do it early morning, lunchtime, after the kids are in bed at night, all 3, whatever you'd like. When I first came to coaching, I had gone back to school. I was working downtown, and I was, with my 2 small children, running them around here and there. So I, had a very limited amount of time, but you make time. Have you ever noticed when you kind of put more on your plate, all of a sudden you're able, you just magically are able to start doing more and finishing more projects and getting things done. And so that's kind of the same effect here. You may think that you don't have time for it, but I'm telling you, you do. And we get really intentional, and we help you kind of schedule your time throughout the day to be able to fit this in. And this is something that's, just a lot of fun. The third type, and it's, again, we don't have any sales quotas. We don't have any mandatory things that you have to do. So some people even just join as a coach simply for the discount, and that's fine as well. You get a 25% discount. So if you're currently drinking Shakeology, or if you're starting to think about, you haven't even started with it yet, when you join as a coach, you get the 25% discount. So it actually comes out cheaper to get your monthly Shakeology as a coach than it does as a customer. As a customer, you're paying about $129 per month. And as a coach with a 25% discount, you're paying $97 a month. So there's, even the savings in just becoming a discount coach. So that's perfectly fine as well. And a lot of times people say, okay, I'm going to sign up for the discount. And then they realize a little while later, oh, I kind of like this thing and people are asking me about it. And a couple people bought, because I recommended it and just told them about my experience. So sometimes, our intentions coming in shift a little bit. So don't be surprised if that happens to you too. But when, again, is whenever you decide to do it. And it's completely up to you. Where is another really cool one. You can work from anywhere with internet. Our online offices are online. So you can access those from your smartphone. You can access them, wherever you are that has internet. So I am here in my kitchen right now. You see my kitchen. And this is basically where I've built my entire business for the last 3 years, from my kitchen counter. I've also been known to work from the soccer practice sidelines on my smartphone a little bit. Or I've really enjoyed traveling. So I've traveled quite a bit in this past year. And since I still have Wi-Fi, regardless of if I'm in Ecuador or Morocco or, California, it doesn't matter where I am, as long as I have access to Wi-Fi, I can still check in. I can still complete the task that I want to, whether I'm on the road or not. So that's one of the most amazing things, the flexibility that comes with, the where and when you work. It's your choice, it's your decision. And that's something that I'm so grateful to have, especially with children. Tomorrow they have a teacher planning day, or if they get sick, there's a lot of things that when I was in the corporate world and, the 8 to 5 thing, it was a much tougher situation. And even if, you want to try and sneak away and go to the class party or to, the school play that's during the day or something. So I'm really appreciative, really grateful and thankful and excited to share with you that you can work from anywhere, whenever you want. So why, again, we've talked about why several times already, but it's to help others. Really, the company has built itself around such a reputation of integrity, and we carry that, with all of our coaches and everything. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I was pretty skeptical when I first came in, but once I did the program for myself, it was already like, okay, I'm a believer. I know this is actually legitimate. Once I came in as a coach and started becoming involved in the company, it took it to a whole nother level, because I started realizing the amount of, pride that they put into our client satisfaction and into developing the products that they create, and even into Shakeology. They're very, very meticulous about where our ingredients are sourced from and not putting anything that would ever compromise the quality. So I won't get into Shakeology too much. That's a whole entire segment. But Shakeology is our nutritional drink, and it has absolutely no artificials, no sweeteners, no artificial colors, no artificial flavoring. We don't use soy. That's a question that comes up a lot. The original flavors are made with a whey protein, and we also have a vegan version that uses a brown rice, pea, and quinoa protein. So we have those two options, and again, we don't use soy. But even in the development of the programs and in any other nutritional items that have come out, the level of integrity that goes into the production, the planning, the distributing, all the way from the idea right out to, the actual shipping. So it's something that you feel really good about. So how do we sell and we get customers? We basically, a lot of people say, well, I can't be a coach. I can't do what you do. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson either. I was an accounting manager. I sat in a cubicle from 8 to 5 every day. So, I'm not a salesperson. I did not have any sales background or experience when I came in. And we don't want you to sell things. People generally already know about our products. So if they say, oh, what's Beachbody? Oh, have you heard of P90X? Oh, yeah. I've seen that. So then the next question that they ask is, well, does that really work? So that's why we encourage all of our coaches, no matter, if you've hit your goal weight, you've hit your goal fitness level or whatever it is, that you always remain a product of the product. So that means you're always, trying out the next workout that's coming out, or drinking your Shakeology on a daily basis. And the reason being is because when you're doing that and people ask you, you can give a personal experience about it. And that's what it is. It's just sharing your experience with the products with other people. So it's just like if you go to a restaurant and you love the restaurant and you come home and you're like, oh, that restaurant was delicious. And, I went to wherever tonight, and I had the most delicious food, and it was great service, great everything, blah, blah, blah. And do you get paid for that? Of course not. You're referring, you're just excited about the experience that you had. It's the same thing with Beachbody. You're going to be using the products. You're going to have that great experience. So then when you walk into the room and everybody looks and says, oh my gosh, you've lost so much weight, what are you doing? Or, oh, your hair looks great, your skin looks great, what are you doing? It's sharing your experience with it. So it's not a sales, so kind of get that out of your head. It's not a sales position. You do sell, people buy things from your website, but you don't have to have sales experience, nor do you have to feel like you're going to be an icky salesperson. Not it whatsoever. So we share our experience about it. And how do we do that? Once you enroll as a coach, within about an hour or two, corporate already sets up your online office for you. In addition, they also set up your websites for you. So they create websites for us. We don't even have to do that on our own. They do that. You can go in and edit it slightly. You can put a picture of yourself, or you can add or remove your phone number or a little paragraph about yourself. But as soon as you've enrolled, they go ahead and create this default website for you. So you're able to share that with other people. So, you say, oh, my sister wants to do this challenge with me. I'm getting ready to do the 21-day fix, and she wants to do it. Great. As soon as you're enrolled, within about an hour or two, we'll watch and we'll see that when everything comes up live for you, we'll give you the website, and you can share that with your sister, and she'll just go there. It's linked directly to a shop that's associated with your coaching account. So as soon as they do their own enrollment through your website, they're now listed as your clients, and you will be their line of support. Of course, your team is here to help you, especially in the beginning. You say, well, I don't know what to do. We're here to help you, and we're going to, show you what to do, answer any questions for you. But also within that online office, you have a full training academy. So corporate gives you, a huge amount of very organized, very neat information and training that you can go through on your own speed, at your own pace, your own time. It's just within your online office. So as soon as you go through different modules, you can say, okay, this one's done. I can go through the next one. And they're sorted chronologically. So it's kind of a learn as you go. And you will learn as you go. I still learn things 3 years later that I maybe didn't need 3 years ago. But it's something that's, already there for you. Your websites are set up, and our weeks start and end every Wednesday night. So on Thursday mornings, is when our payroll runs. You're not paid in protein bars, you're paid in actual dollars. So you can either get a paper check mailed to your house, or what I always recommend is direct deposit. And that's deposited every Thursday morning. And we earn 25% commission on anything that's ordered through your website. And in addition to that, you can also, once you begin growing your team of coaches underneath you, you also have the ability to earn, they're called cycle bonuses. And those are bonuses based on the volume and the sales of your team. And so again, you can earn, $50 here and there. You can, depending on the level of effort that you want to put into this, whether it's a little bit or a lot, is dependent upon the amount of income that you can create for yourself. But to, give you an idea, I earn way more now than I ever did as an accounting manager for 13 years. And it's with this flexibility and with, the ability to work when and how I want. And so very grateful for that. And of course, Beachbody cannot guarantee any level of income, but it is, based on the amount of effort that you want to put into it, the number of people that you want to take responsibility for and help. And the sky is really the limit as far as income. So one of the things also people ask rather frequently is, well, what does it cost? And what do I do? And how do I have to carry inventory, all this kind of stuff. So the great thing is when you enroll with a challenge pack, which is a program of your choice and Shakeology, if you enroll with a challenge pack, your coaching fees are automatically waived. Your enrollment fee. So that's typically $40. And with the challenge pack enrollment as a coach, your $40 is waived. In addition, if you've previously bought a challenge pack in the past, you can enroll as a coach, pay the $40, and that $40 will be reimbursed because you have previously ordered a challenge pack. So that's really great way to get started, and that's definitely what I recommend. And then after that, it's only $15.95 a month. And I say that almost laughing because the amount of investment that you would really have to put in any other type of business that could create such an exorbitant amount of income is way more than $15.95. So sometimes it's almost, it almost hurts us because people come in and they think, oh, whatever, $15.95, and they don't realize, the opportunity that comes with that. But it's $15.95 a month. That's it. And you do not have to carry inventory. You do not take payments. You do not ship. You don't do anything. That $15.95 covers everything that corporate does for us. So I know I mentioned earlier, they create our websites. They maintain our websites. They have our online office up and running for us. They take care of inventory, shipping, payments. They have a customer service line. So if your customers or clients have any issues or questions or comments that you can't answer, they also have the 800 number that they can access any time of day. So I think that's mostly it. So just in wrapping up, I want to tell you, it is imperative when you do become a coach. I think it's imperative that you really consider what team that you're joining. And the reason that I'm saying that is because, regardless, corporate does a really good job of supporting our coaches, but I'm going to brag on my team a little bit. Our team is very experienced. We're very supportive. And so some coach from our team, Team Titanium, has welcomed you and invited you to this call tonight. So once you were ready to enroll, which hopefully it'll be tonight or tomorrow because it's a good time to do it just now. But once you're ready to enroll, they'll help you enroll, and you'll also become part of our team, which has our own Facebook page. And we go and we do a lot of trainings together. We check in on each other. We're like a mini family together. So it's a really great thing to not only have the support of corporate, but to actually have this almost family support from our team. And our team has produced in the last just 3 years, so we're actually really pretty young, 3 elite coaches, which I'm one, but one of like a statistic about an elite coach, because I know that won't mean much to you, is it's basically the top 0.5% of coaches in the company, the entire company. And so there's 3 of them already on our team, and that there was only 200 elite coaches out of 300,000 coaches last year in 2014. So just to give you, a sense of you're in a good place, you're connected with an amazing coach right now, whoever invited you on the call, and we're excited to welcome you. We have a big program launch coming up next month, and that's going to be a really exciting time, as well as New Year's right around the corner. So this is a great time for you to really come on board and learn the ropes and get ready to really help people, especially with this new program and with their New Year's resolutions. We're excited to have you, and I thank you for joining us tonight. I'm looking forward to meeting you all and getting to know you on our team page. Have a great night.